They're benching Marcus Mariota in favor of Desmond Ridder. Now, I can tell you this. I was watching the Thursday Night Football several weeks back with Key. Key and I watched it together. And I'm arguing at the time, man, I'm arguing that Kirk Cousins is 15 in the NFL at the position. And now I'm up to maybe 14. But I think I had Mariota ahead of him. I think I had him 16 with Mariota ahead of him. And look at how they're playing and blah, 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 blah. Mariota's more athletic. I saw in that game, Mariota's getting sacked. He's facing the other way, and he tosses the football up over his head. And I said, okay, Kirk Cousins over Mariota. At that point, Harry, I thought he can't be my starting quarterback. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it felt like to me. Like sometimes you see something and you go, nope, not that guy. What do you think of the decision to sit Mariota?
Well, I think at this juncture in the season, let me take it back to Mariota first. I think Mariota's done some phenomenal things for the Atlanta Falcons. He's one of
phenomenal.
Yeah, because one of the main reasons why the run game is as effective as it is because he adds another dimension to that.
If you use a word like phenomenal to describe Mariota, when you talk about Patrick Mahomes, do you have to make up words?
No.
Well, where do you go? If Mariota's phenomenal?
Well, you just listen. I said he's done some phenomenal things this season. See, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, Max.
I actually have 3 mouths and only 1 ear.
But no, like he's a big part of why that running game is one of the best in the National Football League because when plays do break down, he can utilize his leg. You have the zone read. It just gives defenses another thing to think about. I think the thing that a lot of people see, I think, the GM Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith, is that there are a 2 handful of plays in a lot of these games that they could have won where there are mistakes being made at the wrong time. You look at the Saints game, the first game of the year, and the Falcons are driving in the red zone to score a touchdown, and Mariota, instead of sliding, he fumbles. And then they have another situation in that game where it's 3rd and 1, where you could pick up a first down and basically ice the game, and he fumbles the snap. Like little things like that. You look at the Rams game when the team came back and, he's trying to throw a touchdown pass to win the game, and Jalen Ramsey intercepts that ball. And if they score right there, the game's over. They got blew out by the Bengals. And then you look at the Panthers, the Thursday night football game that you're talking about right now, the Washington Commanders game that they just had that went down to the wire when the Falcons go down to the tight red zone and you have a chance to score. And I will say this. Now, Cordell Patterson was wide open, and the defensive lineman made a great play, but it's still an interception. A lot of people are going to say the quarterback. That's another game. And then you look at the Steelers game and then just not being able to make the throws and make the plays that the Falcons needed to get over that hump. And you just count the games I just mentioned right now. They can literally
Harry,
be in playoff contention at this moment.
Harry, when you talk about the fumbling and stuff like that, that's not enough for me to take a guy's job away unless it never stops because, Daniel Jones, you can clean that up. You should be able to clean that up.
No, it's different, though, Max, because these things are happening at moments in the football game where they can't happen.
So let me tell you that's what I'm getting to. See, Harry, you have 1 mouth and 2 ears for a reason.
I love it.
That's what I'm getting to. The reason I bring up the play where he's turned around, his back's to the play, and he tosses it over his head, because I'm sitting there with Key, and I absorb a lot of football from him, from you, I'm like, you get to have this job, and you get smarter at the stuff because you're around very smart, very knowledgeable, experienced people, and you're talking to them all day about football, right? That is a moment where the quarterback is scared. That you don't do that unless the game is moving too fast for you and you panic. That's the reason that's a disqualifying play. And then it makes me look at the fumbles and stuff like that differently. Because the reason what you highlight is that it's happening at inopportune moments, right?
Yep.
To me, that's connected to a bigger issue. If you're Mariota and you do certain things well, but you're marginal overall in terms of your status as a starter, even though he's a 2nd overall pick, and I thought he was going to be a good pro. And by the way, he's had a nice career. I mean, good for him. He's a quarterback in the NFL, started for a number of years.
When I went to Tennessee, he was a quarterback, so we was there 3 years together too.
Sure, I got it. But you can't that moments can't be too big for you.
And that's what's happened.
Too often.
That's what's happened. And I think it's really hurt this football team in the sense that when you look at the playoff race, and this division is still open. Now, the Bucs have a 2-game lead. They lose to San Francisco and the Falcons win, then they still play head-to-head. But the Falcons shouldn't even be in this situation at this moment. If look at all those games I just named. The Saints, the Rams, the Buccaneers the first time, the Panthers the second time, the Chargers, the Command, all these games, they could have and should have won. We'll be talking about this Falcons team in a different light right now. But on a bye week, I thought it was the perfect time for Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot to make that change because now you have an extra week to really prepare Desmond Ridder for what's ahead.
When we talked about Joe Burrow earlier, yeah, Burrow has got a better arm and he's more accurate and all that stuff. But the moment's never too big for Joe Burrow. It doesn't mean he's not going to lose some games by botching. Joe Burrow is going to blunder at times in his career. He's going to lose you a game by messing up in a big moment. That will happen. It happens to everybody, right? But all those little moments, man, that's when you want that. Like, even if Mariota just had that, given his physical package, he'd be a very good NFL quarterback. He does not have that, it doesn't appear to me. At least he hasn't shown that. So, Desmond Ridder, meantime, is coming in.
Yeah.
I interviewed Desmond Ridder on This Just In, 2 p.m. Eastern, ESPN. And, before the draft, he's an impressive young man, as they say. Like, you can sometimes talk to guys like, ooh, he's at least going to have some of that locker room stuff that people like, right?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.